Hello everybody and welcome back to some more Business Elite Plus, and well, a few things have changed since the end of the last episode, primarily being I have upgraded this area over here, so we now have 4 harvesters and 4 planters all working on each one of these little things and all routing back into the center. So we have in here, we have all the seeds coming in, which are then routed out into the planters on a round robin system, meaning they are shared equally. However, they are all full right now, so that's why it's slowly piling up. And then we have all the wheat coming into here, which we've got exactly enough, or exactly exact stacks in there. And then all the sludge, which is created from these harvesters, is then routed into this thing here. As you can see, it was slowly going up. I think it's 10 sludge for each part that is destroyed, or each like wheat crop that is destroyed. So that's slowly but surely making its way up. The second thing is I have finally automated this tree farm over here. Before it was just I let it grow and then I destroyed it with my hatchet, destroyed it all, and then it kind of did that. But most of the time I had to replant it manually, and also I just kind of forgot about it a lot of the time. So I've now set it up to actually do it on a automated basis. So there is a planter in the center with an iron upgrade, because I actually made two iron upgrades, which I didn't mean to make previously. So I put them into the planter and the harvester. So it's a 9x9 area of trees, and they shear or not shear, but they harvest the trees up, throw everything into here. So we got the wood and also the apples, and then from here using item conduits, because Endereye have really nice conduits that allow 3 types of conduit being put into one. So you can have the energy conduit as we've got here, the fluid conduit as we got here, and also the item conduit as we got here. So yeah, the power is obviously coming from here. Fluid is going into these drums. This one's actually full. I'm not sure how full that one is. But this actually goes up a lot faster than the other one, because I think it's per leaf as well as log, rather than just the one wheat. So you get a load from, as you can see, it's going up quite a lot as we destroy these trees. It might even be 20 per leaf. That was, or I might just be not clicking it enough times. And then yeah, as I said, everything's going in here, and then all the saplings are then going into the plant underneath until it's full, at which time it will come back into here. But I actually need to find out something to do with these, because I probably am going to have too much by the end of this. Probably. But yeah, other than that, I've also got a crystal growth accelerator, or 2 of them, set up to an energy acceptor, because I don't have an ME network yet, and also this just allows me to power it directly. So I have an energy acceptor, which means I can put this energy cell next to it, and it will power it, and then power these 2, and it increases the speed at which the seeds, the what are they? I'm not sure. Yeah, the fluic seed, the Certus quartz seed, and the nether quartz seed grow. What is that? Nether quartz seed? What? What? Okay, apparently. Does that just create nether quartz? I wonder. I did not know this, if it does. I don't know. I need to test that out then. That's intriguing. But yeah, we actually have a few plans for today. I also realized that I've added a few things here. I've added a charger for AE, or applied logistics. I've got the inscriber. I have a crusher here, which is my way of making sand right now, because it's faster than the pulverizer. So it's 2 steps, but it's a lot faster because of the upgrades. It's harder to upgrade a pulverizer than is a crusher. So currently, let's take a stack of this. If I do this, I put half in there and half in here. What this does is it turns cobblestone into gravel. That gravel is then being routed into here, and it turns gravel into sand. So this should be going into here, I think. Should be going up? Yeah, should be going up. So if we, for example, this is done 5, and this is done 20. So in theory, it's done 10, because it's double the work, but you see where I'm coming from. Just get rid of that, and then we might as well, whilst we are doing this, and I've also got this chest set up to actually take in from there, and you'll see that this is just, it's so much faster. Look at it. So that's really useful. And I don't think there's many other things than that that I've added newly, except the sawmill, which is just because I've been trying to get sawdust, and also just it gets 6 planks out of 1 bit of wood, so it's a bit more efficient, and then we could throw that into a furnace generator if we wanted to, as well as I've upgraded these energy conduits to take 5120 RF instead of 640, and I've got 3 wind turbines up there. And I just have the 2 down here because that's enough to power it off the energy cell. Because sometimes they do get obscured by a tree, but because the energy cell's there, it means there's actual almost backup power, basically. So that if that happens, the harvester will be able to take away the tree before, and then power up again. Another thing that happened, unfortunately, is a creeper appeared in my area. I came back here. There's a creeper. It blew up like these chests here, so I may have lost some stuff. Also blew up all of my patterns, so I had to create those again. But yeah, I have to do all that again. Alright, sorry about that. A bit of an interruption, however, probably the most amusing interruption I've ever had. But basically, as I said last episode, I've actually planned for once, and I've again planned for this episode as well as I planned even further than prior before. So, I have 6 things that I want to create today. Hopefully I have enough time. Even though I don't limit the episodes, hopefully I have enough time and the episode doesn't get like to be 10 gigabytes big and take like 10 days to upload. It probably wouldn't take that long. But yeah, basically, I have 6 things that I want to create. Probably will possibly only get 5 of them done, but hopefully if we get 5 done, that is going to still be a lot of progress made. So, the first thing is something that I wanted to create last episode, but never got around to because we had to wait for seeds to grow, which is another reason I created the crystal growth accelerators. So, in my inventory, you'll see I have pure fluix crystals, an engineering processor, and a skystone block. So, what we are going to create is an ME controller. Yeah, an ME controller, which basically means we can create an ME network now. I think if I'm gonna, I actually just realized I have missed something off my list, and I'm going to have to make it no matter what. So that was clever of me. So what I'm probably gonna do is just send this here, and do that. It will hold power. This shouldn't be taking, it shouldn't have too much of a problem holding it. Let me just sorting out my desktop a second. But yeah, basically that shouldn't it's only taking 6 or it's not even taking anything. It's just yeah, it's working perfectly fine. So yes, that is an ME controller. So what we need now to do is we have an ME controller, but we don't have anywhere to store stuff. So we are going to create an ME drive. So an ME drive is just 2 engineering processors, 2 iron ingots, and 4 iron ingots and 2 ME glass cables. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to quickly get that together, and we'll create the ME drive. Alright, so that's the second engineering processor, and in doing so we should now have enough for an ME drive. This we can place next to here. This will use slightly more RF in everything. Oh, that is going up. That's good. Okay, so now we have an ME controller and an ME drive. This means that basically we can store stuff in here, but first we need to create a 1K, or we don't have to create a 1K, but it'll probably help if I spell something right. We are going to have to create a 1K, which can be upgraded later. We can actually storage cell? Yeah. So we can create a 1K, 4K, 16K, 64K. We don't have extra cells in here, or at least I don't think we do. Do we have extra? No, we apparently don't have extra cells, so I thought we did. But yeah, 1K ME storage cell. So yes, we're going to have to go and create one of those. I will go and get all the resources that we need. Actually, I think we should be able to get them pretty easy. Also, this is my my ores chest, my like processed ores chest at the moment. So we need 3 redstone, 2 of that, 3 of that, and what else do we need? We need a 1K storage thing. So we need 4 Certus quartz. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Throw that back in there. And how do we get a 1K storage point? We need gold, silicon, and redstone. How do we get that? A logic press. Gold. We need to find some silicon. Silicon. There we go. And what did I say? Gold, silicon, and we need a logic press, I think, was it? Logic press and a silicon press. Alright, so I'm going to go and create that, and I'll see you once that's done. Okay, so this is enough for the 1K storage cell, and I think after that we should have enough for the 1K ME storage. ME storage cell. So we can throw that into here, and we actually need to create something else which I completely forgot about, which is called a storage monitor. I think no, it's not a storage monitor. Well, I know if I look up crafting, and I'll be able to see crafting terminal. That's it, terminal, and we should be able to create an ME terminal. No, that's a crafting terminal. What am I doing? An ME terminal, which we need more stuff for. We need a logic processor, which we already know how to make, a formation core and an annihilation core, meaning that we need to get Certus quartz, fluix dust, and a logic processor for 2. So we need to get some more of those, and we need 3 logic processors. So I'm going to get onto that, and I'll see you once I've made the monitor. Okay, so I got around to finally making the ME terminal. As you can see, let's go and use one of our glass fiber cables, and we will be able to put that there. Now, this is going to be online, it's going to be connected to this, which in turn is connected to this, meaning that we can store our items in here, and I didn't actually mean to do that, I meant to get it out of the thing, and as you can see, I can store 63 types of item and 34 bytes out of 1024, which is the 1K. So now we can create more of these in the future, and we can eventually go up to 64K. And I actually found out extra cells is in here. I just spelled it wrong in this. And in extra cells, you can actually get you can go from 64 to 256 to 1024 to 4096 to 16,384K storage cells, which are expensive and look cool, because look at that thing, it looks amazing. So yeah, those are going to be something that in the future we can maybe try and set up, hopefully. But yeah, I have to probably wait a while until I actually get to that point. So we finally created this. This is useful. Now we can store items, which is something that I will do in the future once I've made. I'll probably try and make 10 of these, and then possibly make another ME drive if it comes down to it. Because I don't want all these chests around. I just want one centralized area where I can go, oh, I want glass. You know, we can go there and get that. And for some reason I'm getting a lot of lag, a lot more than I normally do, which is kind of a pain. I'm going to have to look into it. I don't know. Let's go to fast for a bit. You know, I'd rather better frame rate than looking better. That's not even really affecting it all that much. But yeah, we're going to have to go with that for a bit. So hopefully that's not affected too much. It might be the tree, it might be that thing, because I remember those do cause a fair bit of lag normally. But, you know, we'll have to see. Okay, so the next thing, that is, well, technically 4 objectives done. However, I forgot about the ME terminal. So the next thing we're going to create is something that's not to do with this at all. It's to do with, well, all these drums I'm making. So this drum has sludge in it, and the others over here also have sludge in it. So sludge is kind of a useful item, or a useful liquid, because you can throw it into something called a sludge boiler, which is what we're going to make in a second, and by doing so you can create different items. So I want to see if I can. I know clay can be made from it, for example. So let's go to clay and see if I can find the recipes. Yeah, recipes from a sludge boiler. So we can make from like 1 bucket of it. We can make peat. Have a chance of making peat, ash, decaying wheat, sand, clay, dirt again, gravel. I think it's that. That's a bit weird. Oh, it has a different. It has :1 at the end. Oh, that's weird. I think they're the same either way. Red sand, soul sand, mycelium, podzol, netherrack, heat sand, and tainted soil has a 0% chance, which is kind of useless of it even being there then. But yeah, we can actually create stuff from that. So the plan is to create a sludge boiler today, and hopefully I have enough. I do actually have enough plastic sheets, and also I have enough furnaces, and I should have a factory machine block. So that is exactly what we need to create this sludge boiler. Now, the sludge boiler For now, I'm going to sort of place it out of the way, somewhere I'm not going to go, because it does actually cause you to take poison. Poison and hunger damage. So what I'm actually going to do, just for today, is keep it there, and maybe bring an energy cell over. So I'm going to bring this energy cell over, just to give it some power for a bit, and I'm going to bring a fluid conduit as well, and I'm going to bring over the full drum that's over here, which is the top one. So that one's got 256 buckets in there, so that's 256 things that it can create, if I'm correct on the thing that I think I'm correct on. And then we can probably clear out this here and bring over this chest as well. So let's see how that goes. Okay, so that'll create power onto it. I didn't pick up the chest apparently. That's kind of annoying, because now I've got to come back all the way over here. Oh, that's probably why, because it went all the way up there. So then we can go over to here, go there, I think, and then if we want to do this kind of correctly, we want to do that and have it extract from there, insert there, and I think we're going to have to do that. And yeah, I'm going to take poison damage only whilst it's on. So if there's any way we can maybe set up an indicator of whether or not it's on, that'll be quite useful. I'm going to have hunger for a while, which is a bit of a pain. I suppose that is kind of indication enough, those bubbles there. But as you can see, it's creating stuff, and if I can get a tiny bit closer, yeah, it's taking stuff from there, and I'm not sure if I can actually get into the sludge boiler. Yeah, as you can see, it's full, it's using its power. That thing is going to, eventually run out, but that's not too much of a problem, and it looks like we can get fairly close without it actually damaging us, so I'm going to have to find out the radius of that so we can properly contain it. I thought the particles coming from there were from the thing then, I thought it was following me. But yeah, that's a sludge boiler, so we can actually create, the main reason I made it is actually to create sand, not sand, clay, which I'm not sure if it's going to make. No, this is going to make red sand though, so that's pretty cool. We can use that without having to find it ourselves. But yeah, that's created. That's just something I wanted to have, because I don't want this sludge just, basically just making drums full and not being able to use it. So that allows us to actually use the stuff pretty well. So that's pretty good there. Okay, so on the next thing, next objective of today. Oh, it's been a bit sporadic today. I have a lot of plans, but they're all different mods, so it's kind of a bit weird in that sense. But yeah, we are going to upgrade once again our energy cell. So we have a redstone energy cell here. What I want to do is I want to upgrade it to a resonant energy cell. That means that this actually can fully harness its transfer rate as well, because this can only take 2,000 in and 2,000 out. Well, 2,000 out is not pain, it's 2,000 in. But with the resonant energy cell, it's 10,000. So if I go to energy cell, you'll see that it's 10,000 in, 10,000 out, and holds 50 million RF, which is really, really good. So the only way to create this is just by throwing a redstone energy cell with 4 enderium ingots around it, and there are a few ways to create enderium ingots. The main way is to get enderium blend and pyrotheum dust, which is maybe one way you can do it, or we can use enderium based ender pearls and pyrotheum dust in here, which is probably the route I'm going to go, because it stops me having to use the I haven't got a fluid transposer yet, I don't think. I can't remember if I made one. Did I create a fluid transposer? I did. Okay, so that is, I can do that. Okay. Should I? Okay. I'm a bit confused myself. Ooh, energy cell from Flans mod. Yeah, we are going to be able to create enderium. So we can actually create it from just getting 2 tin, 1 silver, and a shiny ingot in here, which is actually what I think we're going to do. So we're going to get tin, silver, shiny, because that stops us having to pulverize it. So alloy smelter. Where did I put the alloy smelter? Okay, so that's gonna create there. Okay, so this is finally done that now, and from there we can actually use the Endurium blend, with two ender pearls. I think we have 4 ender pearls somewhere. I think I might have used them all. Not sure. I have 1 ender pearl here. Not sure if I used them all. It might be in my golden bag. Not sure. Possibly are. There we go. I found a spawner in the nether, by the way. It's like 2 zombie spawners or something, and they had some really good loot. They have division sigils, they have a golden apple. I got a necrotic bones, and yeah, oh yeah, I still have that in there. But yeah, it's a few cool stuff. But yeah, 4, that should be enough. And what else do we need? We need to press U, and we need 2 pyrotheum dust, which means we need sulfur, coal powder, or pulverized coal, I think should work, redstone, and blaze powder. So the only problem is we don't have any blaze powder, at least as far as I remember, I don't have any blaze powder. So what is it? Sulfur, coal dust, redstone, and sulfur. And what was it? God damn it. And blaze powder, but we can actually create this in a fluid transfer. So we can take 200 millibuckets of destabilized redstone, which is 2 redstone, I think, and a glowstone dust. So 1, 2, and a glowstone dust, and we should be able to create a so 1, 2, and we'll be able to throw wrong thing that in there. 200 millibuckets. It will create a blaze powder. So that's good, and hopefully, there we go. Oh, and induction smelter, or actually alloy smelter. Where are you? 1, 2, 3, and that'll slowly but surely do its job. So I'll see you back once that's done. Okay, so it's done now. We have this Endurium, so it's time to get this redstone energy cell gone, just for the meantime. Get these out of here. Ooh. And then throw that in there, and we will have a resonant energy cell. Throw that in there, and as you can see, this is actually using its power efficiently, and yeah, it's outputting in the correct areas and being input in the correct areas. So yeah, we should be generating enough power. This is actually, you know, as you can see, these have 0 out of 1,500 or 5,120, rather than what it was previously, which was they were full because the redstone energy cell could only take 2,000 and it was outputting at 5,000. But yeah, that's that. I'm going to probably wait a bit until this is a bit more full, and in that time I am going to see if I can get together some of the resources for our final and biggest objective of today, which is a bit I thought we weren't going to get onto, but we might actually have time. So yeah, I'm going to go to sleep here, and I will see you once I've got some of the stuff together. Okay, so I have made the one machine that we need in order to create this thing that I want to create for today, which is the osmium compressor, because we need to create some obsidian ingots. And hopefully, I haven't actually got all the stuff together because there is a lot of stuff into this, but we should, having a look through the recipe, have everything that is required. So the thing that I want to create is the digital miner. This is a machine from Mechanism, which is probably the most useful thing in the universe, in all honesty. So basically, this is the recipe. The simplest part of this is the basic control circuit, which is just 1 osmium and 1 redstone. Then we have a steel casing, 2 teleportation cores, 2 logistical sorters, a robot, and 2 atomic alloys. So let's get on to creating some of this stuff. So I know that we need 4 of this and 1 of these in order to create a steel casing, because I actually had to use 1 to make the osmium compressor. And I know we also need 1 osmium and 1 redstone for this. So let's throw this in here. So we got that. I think we're going to have to make multiple of those anyway. So atomic alloys. I'm not actually sure how many I need. I think I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 of these things, which is going to be fun. So we need 6 enriched alloys. So we need 6 iron. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I think 1 diamond, if we throw it into an enrichment chamber, should be enough. That's 5, not 6. I need to go get another one. 1. There we go. So in theory, if I throw this in the enrichment chamber, what should happen? Yeah, compressed diamond should, I think, be good for 10 uses. Yeah. Yeah, 10 uses. So we're going to have to dump some of that, but that's fine. And I'm pretty sure from there, atomic alloy is refined obsidian dust or compressed obsidian, which will make compressed obsidian because it's easier. Which means we need a... Oh, yeah, that's actually really good. So we can create 4 obsidian dust. Or if we get obsidian, which I think we have some of, we can get pulverized obsidian and get... Wait, obsidian. I know I have some somewhere. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pulverize this up. I think maybe it might be better in a crusher. I'm not sure. Enrichment chamber, maybe. So there we go. Oh, you can actually get 4 from 1. That's even better. Okay, so we don't have to worry. So that'll create refined obsidian dust, which we should, if we throw it in here, create compressed obsidian. Which then, if we put in here, should be enough for reinforced alloy to turn into atomic alloys, which is what we want, obviously. So then we can move on to creating these teleportation cores as well. So teleportation cores are, as we saw, 8. Well, it's going to be 8 lapis, 4. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. It should create 2 teleportation cores. That's fine. So we've now got these bits here done. Now we need the logistical sorters, which are fairly easy, and the robot, which is probably the hardest part of the entire thing, but it's pretty cool. So logistical sorters is what? 14 iron. 14 iron. 2 osmium, 2 redstone, and another 2 of those, another 2 of those, some wood, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, some cobblestones, 8 cobble. We should then be able to... Oh, I think the other way around. 1, 2 of those. Then we need to go into here again. This is a lot of going back and forth, it seems. Nope. So we need to dump that, throw that in there, and throw those in there. And I think 1, 2, and logistical sorters, which don't stack, which is a bit of a pain. And then the robot, which is, as I said, probably the most complicated part. We also need another atomic alloy. God damn it. Okay. Oh, and we also wasted... Can we... No, we can't. Okay, that's a bit of a pain. But we do actually... Let's actually... What we can do is get 1 more obsidian. If we throw it in here, we'll have 10 of this stuff. And I think we can even turn this into pulverized obsidian, which would be even better. So that'll go up there. That's 10 of that, which means we can get an enriched diamondy thingy. Yeah, enriched diamond, compressed diamond, that's it. Throw that in there, get 10 of these going, means we're not wasting anything. And this can then be put in a osmium compressor with some osmium. I'm not sure how much osmium. I think 1 does actually about 10 uses. So I'm actually just going to take 3. Again, I'm not too sure on how much it does. 200. So how much did you use per 1? Maybe 100 per 1? Or 200 per 1? Might be 200 per 1. Might be 1 osmium per ingot. Let's just throw those in there. How many do we need though? 1, 2. I think only 2. Yeah. So we should be good with this 2. But if we make 3, who cares, I suppose? Okay. I wish it was a bit more even. It would make my life a bit easier. Okay. Because I just wasted osmium in theory. Yeah, let's throw that in there. So we should, if I can press R, we've got those. Now we need the electrical chest, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 steel. I also have 1 iron in there. Well, not iron, glass. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 steel. And what was it? A chest, which I also have in here. Or 2 chests, which I have in here. And I need an osmium and a redstone. God, this is taking a while. But it is worth it. In the end, it is pretty much like the most, as I said, the most useful item ever. Or at least in my opinion. So we've got that. We've got those two. We need an atomic alloy, which we know how to make, and we'll get one of those in a second. An energy tablet, so we need 4 enriched iron, or enriched alloy, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Done, done. There we go. And what was it for? Oh yeah, these. So we need 8 and 6. So 8 of this. I was about to say I'm nearly running out of redstone, but I realised I'm not. I have a load of redstone blocks already to be turned into normal redstone. Those there. Those don't stack either. Bit of a pain. Atomic alloy and another steel ingot. So steel. And how do we make atomic alloy again? Oh, it was. I mean, iron, a redstone, a diamond, and an obsidian dust. Right? Yeah, I think, maybe, possibly, potentially. I might as well just use the 1 diamond instead of... Oh, is it diamond dust, isn't it? Yeah, okay. Diamond dust, which... Yeah, there we go, and then obsidian dust. Atomic alloy, so I think, in theory, we can create this thing now, eventually, finally, hopefully. What was at the top? Oh, stealing it. Okay. So, yes, the robot is made. We can create this thing, finally. Steel casing, that there, and those there. Digital miner! Was it worth it? Yes. Very much so. So let me just have some food. Oh, that's actually empty. Let's have a look at what this has in it. 36 clay. That's really good. A load of sand, gravel, and yeah, clay is the one that I think is really useful because clay is like the finite resource a lot of the time. Like you can't generate it basically. You can like generate sand pretty easily. You can generate like the way I'm doing it, sand from cobblestone and gravel from cobblestone. It's pretty easy. But you know, sometimes some of the other stuff is a bit difficult. So is this full yet? No, I'm actually going to take the hardened energy cell from here. Is it hardened or is it? Yeah, the hardened energy cell from here because, you know, I don't want to take my resonant energy cell out of the thing whilst it's still charging. And what I'm actually going to do is throw in the energetic confuser. And I'm probably going to get rid of this. Throw everything I can into here. So I can do that. I also need to get some... Where's the stuff I was doing earlier? Here it was. Sawdust. So I think if we do 4 sawdust, or it might have to be... I might have to change it here. It's mechanism sawdust, I think. Yeah, creates a cardboard box, which is like the easiest way to move stuff around. So what is that? Do we have the energy cell? Is it still charging? It might charge faster if it's just in the power. Well, either way, I'm actually going to go out here, hopefully not die from like creepers or anything. I still have to light up all that area up there. I'm probably going to have to just get more glowstone for that though first. But yeah, what we're going to do is actually, I just realized it's going to be incredibly slow. So what I'll do, since it's a mechanism machine, I'll just remove the speed and energy upgrades out of this thing and just get this thing to work. I think just, you know, hopefully not die as I said, but you know, just set this thing up here or something. This is just going to be the setup, basic setup there. So we're going to have that there. By the way, the cardboard box is so we can move around stuff a lot easier. And whilst we're waiting, let's do that. This is why we need tesseracts as well. So it's full. It was full from when I put it in my since I held it in my inventory because redstone flux capacitors, which is something we're also going to have to change. We are going to eventually get a resonant energy flux capacitor, as well as a Russian World War II helmet. As well as I'm probably also going to. These guys never have enchanted stuff. It's like enchanted, but it never drops enchanted stuff. It's weird. Let me just. Oh, it doesn't work on these. It works on normal chests. Alright. So we're going to have auto eject on, silk touch on, radius is 32 because that's the highest, 0, 255. Filter ore. And what should happen then is I've set a filter and it will basically mine any ore that's in that radius. So if we do this, 18,000 items, and it's going to all auto eject into here. We are going to have to throw this through a ore converter, most likely. But oh, it's not giving out enough power. Okay, stop. And then we're just gonna have to, for the moment, for the very, very short moment, we are going to have to do this. Throw that in there so that's powering. It doesn't matter about the other stuff because they are on 3 energy cells worth of power, I think, or 2 energy cells worth of power in the background, plus they're not being used. So having the resonant energy cell for now is not going to be too much of a pain. And then do that. Set that going downwards. And as you see, it's got 1 millijoule or Minecraft joule. I don't know what it is. Just fine, and it'll still generate these things. So I'm actually going to reset it, and or what is it? Redstone? Is it that? God damn it! These guys are really annoying. I need to sleep probably. Yeah, I think the probably is correct there. Plague zombies, god damn it. Let's get our food back up. I've got weakness now because of those guys. Okay. That guy's a bow. I'm gonna sleep a second and I'll see you once I've slept the night away. Okay, we are here in slightly less dangerous times, and I guess if I can try and get this thing correctly. So let me just I think it's that? Yeah. So if we do that, delete this thing here, and we have Silk Touch on, which does use more power. However, this is now going to just bring out all the redstone ore, which is really good. We can also do that with diamonds, and we can just change it to any specific ore that we want, and this is going to be really good. So yeah, I'm going to do that. Oh, we actually have a bow. That's really good because I have a lot of guys nearly trying to kill me. As you can see, my health was quite low. I had one guy who was in full glowstone armor, doing like 4 damage or 4 hearts of damage, so that's 8 damage per hit, and I could only do 1 damage to them. So I do really need to upgrade my sword. Hopefully we can maybe do that next episode. But yeah, I'm going to end off now because this thing took a while to make, and I want to just sort of have some fun with it, get it running, get some more items or ores and stuff set up, and I'm also going to set up our ME network a bit better, which we need the ores for, because just to make sure that we actually have enough resources. I can also do this in the nether, so I can get nether ores, which is going to double our output of what we get in general. Plus we can get nether platinum and stuff like that for just ease of getting stuff together. And next episode I think we'll get around to making some tesseracts, maybe. That might be a thing. And I'll try and think of some other stuff to do as well. Oh god. But yeah, anyway guys, thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed. I'll see you on Friday with some Communacraft. Thanks for watching, and bye bye.